Last week we were on a beach on Anglesey. Today we're at home. The common denominator is welcome to the church at Hiraeth. We're going to start with Debbie, who's going to be singing a song for us, Lord of All Hopefulness, one of my favourite hymns. I do like hymns, and they're all my favourites in many ways, but I like this one particularly.
So let's just sing the first two verses of Lord of All Hopefulness.
Choices that we make in life are important, aren't they?
Yeah.
And every choice has a consequence. Right. There's 50p.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
You can have that 50p now if you want it.
Oh, okay.
Or there's a pound,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll add the 50p to it, but you've got to choose one of the hands, and you might get £1.50 or you might get nothing, but you can actually have the 50p now, or you can gamble it, all or nothing, £1.50. What would you like to do?
£1.
You'd like the £1.50?
Yeah.
You'd like to gamble?
£1.
You can't have a pound. You either have 50p now,
Okay.
or you gamble it, and it'll be £1.50 or nothing. What would you like to do? £1.50 or 50p guaranteed, but £1.50 not guaranteed.
£1.50.
You'd like to go for the £1.50, right? Okay. Now, one of those hands has £1.50, one hand has nothing at all. And I'm not going to give it you if you get the wrong one. This is a life lesson about making choices, about making the right choices, sometimes the wrong choices, sometimes blind choices. But which hand are you going to go for? Will it be this one or this one? What will it be? Choose wisely.
This one.
You're going to go for that one? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Would you like to change your mind?
No.
You're absolutely sure?
Yeah. No. I lost.
You lost. Choices that we make in life have a consequence. You could have been 50p richer, guaranteed, but you gambled it for £1.50.
Yeah.
Was it worth taking the gamble?
No.
Do you wish you'd had the 50p now?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a life lesson there. Today's reading comes from Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 5, or at least the first part of verse 5, because it tells us, keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have. It then goes on to say, because God has said, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. But it's that first section, keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have. The clip that you saw just now was my granddaughter, Naya, and I thought I would do that as an experiment. However she reacted, there was always going to be a principle to draw from it. But as you saw, she rejected the safety of the 50p, gambled everything went for the £1.50 and ended up with nothing. I was thinking of those programmes that you've seen on television, quiz programmes, and let's use the same type of format but make it into a much bigger figure. If that was me and I was on £50,000 and I was told that I could keep it, I could quit, I could cash in right now, or I could gamble it and perhaps make £150,000, but I could lose it all, there would be no hesitation. I would take the £50,000. I wouldn't gamble and then possibly lose everything, but some people do. And I'm not talking about entrepreneurial risks in life, because those are of a different nature. But the verse that I read, the part of the verse that I read just now, be content with what you've got. I think there's a big case for that, isn't there, in life in general? To be happy, to be contented with what we've got. So often we want more. Nothing wrong with wanting more, but if it means losing what we've got, then maybe we have to sit back and think about the decisions that we make. Be content and keep our lives free from the love of money. That's what the Bible tells us, and I think those are great words of advice, great words of wisdom there from the book of Hebrews.
We've been talking about contentment quite a bit, haven't we? The last 2 weeks ago, I think we talked about being content with what we had. It's a good thing to live by. It saves us striving and worrying about the things that we have all the while. And the last verse of this hymn that we're singing is, whose voice is contentment, whose present is balm. We'll close with the last two verses, and we hope you've enjoyed the service, and we hope you join us again next week. Lord of all